Floodwaters are rising across rivers in northern and north-central Vietnam. Heavy rainfall and upstream runoff are driving water levels up on major rivers in Thanh Hoa, Nghe An, Ninh Bình, Cao Bằng, Lào Cai, Phú Thọ, and Lạng Sơn. In contrast, flood levels on the Chu and Yên rivers in Thanh Hoa and the Boi River in Phú Thọ are gradually receding. Overall, many rivers remain at or above alert level 3, the emergency warning level, leaving low-lying areas and riverside plains across several provinces still submerged. Typhoon Bualoi swept through the north-central Vietnam, damaging electricity and communication networks. More than 3,300 utility poles collapsed, mainly in Ninh Bình, Nghe An, and Hà Tĩnh provinces. In Thanh Hoa, nearly 3,000 substations and 65 medium voltage lines suffer outages. By the afternoon of September 29th, about 3.4 million customers across northern and central provinces had lost power. At the same time, 16 hydropower reservoirs were forced to release water to maintain flood control capacity and reduce downstream flooding. All 4 airports in central Vietnam, Đồng Hới, Thọ Xuân, Phu Bai, and Da Nang have resumed operations after being closed due to Typhoon Bualoi. By the end of yesterday, more than 450 flights were affected nationwide, with about 100 cancelled. According to the Vietnam Air Traffic Management Corporation, technical equipment and flight control infrastructure at the airport remain safe. Railway services also face major disruption, with several trains suspended and many others forced to stop at stations. Passengers holding tickets on cancelled services will be given full refunds within 30 days. Rescue teams in Quảng Trị are racing against time to search for 9 missing fishermen after 2 boats sank in the Giang River. Efforts are underway on land, at sea, and from the air, with large drones deployed to widen the search area. Forces are covering a 15 to 20 kilometer stretch along the coast from the Giang estuary onward. On the night of September 28th, 2 fishing vessels with 13 crew members broke anchor while sheltering from the storm and were swept away by strong waves. 4 sailors swam safely ashore, while 9 remain missing.
Rising river levels in low-lying areas of Thanh Hoa province have flooded numerous roads and residential zones. Local authorities have evacuated residents to safe locations, prioritizing lives over property to minimize losses.
Water levels on the Yên River have reached level 3 warning, causing flooding in all 44 villages of Nông Cống commune. Nearly 20 villages containing more than 400 households are experiencing deep and dangerous flooding. Local authorities have mobilized police and military forces to urgently evacuate all residents as floodwaters continue to rise.
Local authorities are evacuating people first and prioritizing life before property.
Police and military forces are stationed in at-risk villages, and with vulnerable households, we will continue evacuation efforts to minimize damage.
In Quảng Phú Ward, water from the Thống Nhất River rose rapidly, placing over 100 households in danger, with many homes submerged under more than a meter of water. Police are evacuating residents and helping elevate belongings onto high shelves.
We coordinated with local security forces to evacuate residents and protect property. All residents are now safe.
I'm standing here in Nông Cống commune, Thanh Hoa province. Although it's not raining right now, the province faced heavy rainfall throughout the night and into this morning. Authorities warn that the Ma River could rise above level 3 in the next 12 hours. There are also risks of flash floods on small rivers and streams, as well as landslides on steep slopes across multiple communes and wards. Police and military forces are still evacuating residents, and schools across the province remain closed today. Tung Phan reporting for Vietnam Today, Thanh Hoa Province.
Authorities and forces in Nghe An province are maintaining 24-hour standby to clear landslides and reopen blocked roads.
Efforts are focused on Nghe An's mountainous western region, where the risk of landslides is highest. Despite the challenging conditions in these mountainous areas, Solidarity is helping residents stay safe throughout the storm.
Typhoon Bualoi has ripped the roofs of more than 100 homes in Vĩnh Commune, Nghe An province. Heavy rains continue to fall, leaving many houses submerged. On Monday night, families in Quyết Thắng village evacuated to safe shelter. The home of village chief Nguyễn Văn Tình has become a temporary refuge for displaced neighbors.
In the afternoon, commune officials helped move our belongings. Then we went to the village chief's house for shelter and meals.
People came here to shelter. We've prepared meals and water to support families during this difficult time.
Across Nghe An, the typhoon has collapsed 10 houses and blown the roofs of more than 19,200 others. Local authorities have mobilized forces using the 4-on-the-spot principle: available manpower, supplies, command and logistics to support affected households.
We are supporting residents in high-risk areas to move, with their belongings to shelters. We also ensure families have enough food and water.
Consecutive storms and floods have created significant challenges for communities in Nghe An province. However, proactive local responses and a strong spirit of solidarity are helping residents withstand these disasters.
Typhoon Bualoi has weakened to a tropical depression. So what is important now, Phương Anh?
Now, restoring diplomacy is the top priority for residents and local authorities, particularly in the hardest hit regions. Our reporter Khánh Minh, who is now in Hải Thịnh Commune, Ninh Bình province, has a story.
Residential cluster number 5 in Hải Thịnh Commune is among the hardest hit areas in Ninh Bình province after Typhoon Bualoi swept through. Despite early warnings from local authorities, the storm caught residents off guard with its ferocity and speed.
The tornado moved so fast, in just a few minutes, it tore off the metal roofs, houses, household belongings, and even vehicles. Everything was destroyed. My own roof was lifted into the air and landed nearly a kilometer away.
Typhoon Bualoi has passed, but for these locals, the work is far from over.
Our local associations, including groups for the elderly, veterans, farmers, women, and a youth union, took on specific roles, directly participating in neighborhood cleanup efforts to support storm-affected households.
Local authorities from the People's Committee, police and military to neighborhood groups, the Women's Union and Youth Union have come together to help clear roads and assist families.
Early Monday morning, a powerful tornado swept through Ninh Bình province, toppling nearly every electrical post in its path. In just one residential cluster, thousands of lives were disrupted, on top of the many households already forced to evacuate. Now that the rain is finally gone, people are working side by side to restore a sense of normality, a testament to the resilience of this community.
After working through the night, Vietnam Electricity expects to restore power to around 3,000 households following storm damage that brought down more than 20 medium voltage poles and over 100 low voltage poles.
We have also coordinated with material supplier contractors so that we could borrow equipment to serve customers. Construction contractors have been very supportive and willing to join hands with us to overcome this incident.
Independent environmental organizations report that Vietnam ranks among the 10 countries most affected by extreme weather events, yet also stand in the top 4 worldwide for disaster preparedness. This reflects the solidarity and resilience of the Vietnamese people, especially in times of hardship.
Heavy rain has triggered flash floods and landslides in Trần Yên Commune, Lào Cai province overnight. At 11 p.m. on September 29, the Red River rose to 32.93 meters, nearly 1 meter above alert level 3. Flood waters cut off several roads and submerged low-lying areas, isolating households. Local authorities quickly evacuated residents to safe shelters. Hundreds of families along the Red River were moved during the night. Forces were also deployed at flooded crossings to block traffic until conditions improve. Heavy rainfall has caused water levels in the Tuyên Quang Reservoir to rise sharply. In the response, the Ministry of Agriculture and Environment has ordered the hydropower plant to open 2 additional bottom spillway gates this morning at 7 a.m. and 8 a.m., bringing the total to 7 gates currently discharging water. As a result, water levels onto the Gum and Low rivers are rising quickly. Local authorities must warn residents, boats, aquaculture farms, ferry services, and construction sites to prepare for flooding and take immediate safety precautions.